another main event fight. So, you know, I got to just, you know, showcase my skills. I'm a superstar at the end of the day. I'm a star, baby.
Bob said 2 years from now, you'll be the guy fighting
Oh, of
Canelo.
course, yeah. We gonna, me and him, we're going to do tremendous numbers, man. And like I said, you know, if he takes all the belts, he going to have to give me one.
But this time around, he fought against a mover. You know you're fighting against a mover. He was following him around the ring. Come on, man. You learned how to cut off the ring at the beginning of your freaking childhood when you were an amateur. But if he wants to be that star that he say he's gonna be, that he wants to be, and be the Puerto Rican guy, he's gonna have to, man, listen, he's gonna have to make a lot of changes. And
Now, this is back in 2020. Edgar Berlanga thinks he would be ready for Canelo Alvarez in 18 months. That's what he said on his Instagram. And last night, it seemed like he was barely ready for Steve Rolls. Now, when I'm scrolling through my Twitter feed, I hear a lot of people commenting on the fight. And what they're concentrating on is Steve Rolls. What did they expect from Steve Rolls? Steve Rolls is what he is, a domestic fighter from Canada that Triple G took out in 4 rounds. This was a fight for Edgar Berlanga. I call this a showcase fight. What Steve Rolls did, I expect. He's a mover. That's what he does. Rather he was scared or not, Berlanga should have took this guy out in 5 rounds. And I don't agree with Timothy Bradley a lot. Trust me, if you listen to my channel, but Timothy Bradley was on point when he talked about Berlanga's lack of development. When Bradley talks about the inconsistent jab, that was one problem. Cutting off the ring is another. He was following Stephen Rolls around. And then another thing he wasn't doing that I looked at is no body punching. They were all headshots. He was just a headhunter, looking for that one punch to knock out Steve Rolls. No head movement, drops his hands too much. Canelo will have a field day with this guy. Matter of fact, I don't even think he's ready for a David Benavidez or a Caleb Plant. I don't think he beat these guys at this point. Another thing Bradley was speaking on, and I agree with, is that the worst thing that happened to this guy is that he started his career with 16 knockouts in a row. Now he thinks he can knock out everybody. And when you have that thought process as a fighter, why develop my skills? I call that the Deontay Wilder syndrome. Remember, when Deontay Wilder was on his knockout streak, he would say things like, the sweet science is a myth. I'm sure he thinks differently after being beat down by Tyson Fury. What Berlanga have on the side is that he's 24 years old. It's still time to develop, but right now he's not ready for Canelo, Caleb Plant. I'm not even sure he's ready for David Lemieux. Anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below. Jay Beezy, I'm gone.